This one is a little bit different. The fact that we started standing, um, his reactions were a little bit different than I expected. What's up, YouTube? This is Kyle, and I'm back with another no-gi roll for you today. Before we get in this one, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave any comments. Also, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm coming out with new videos. Before we get into this one, if you watch the channel, we have rolled before. I think it was in the gi. Since then, he's done a couple like amateur cage fights. So it's good for me to get in there, kind of spar with a different different type of partner. So I'll kind of get into that a little bit as we go, but I'm gonna jump right into this one. So and another thing, some of the video is like from the waist down. That's not too bad because a lot of the takedowns, start with, kind of going for the feet. So just stay with me. A couple of the angles might be a little weird, but it all kind of works out at the end. So right there, I did kind of like a, you can see my left hand is going to just kind of pop his elbow up, and I kind of came around the back and went down. And this is what I mean by him. I'm assuming the fact that he's got a little more MMA experience than me, obviously. Because a lot of times I notice when I go for that takedown, most people just accept the fact like, oh, I got taken down, and they kind of just start playing for the guard. He immediately posted on his arm to try to get back up. So that's not really what I was expecting. So I kind of just reacted and kind of went with the momentum to kind of come back up with him. Um, and again, right here, my head was down way too low. I'm pretty comfortable defending the standing guillotine. Obviously, that's not a place where you want to be, but I'll do it again here in a minute. But you get in the if you find yourself in the standing guillotine, I reach my opposite hand over their back, and then your free hand kind of just plants on their thigh, and if they like start arching their back into it, it's not comfortable. Don't get me wrong, it's not comfortable, but you can still breathe, even when you're in that guillotine. But you don't want him to fall. You don't want him to fall to his back and get you in that guard, nothing like that. That's no good. So this part was good. Like I said, we want to focus on kind of the lower body, um, right here. So what I try to do is kind of just move him to my left and kind of come over for like a guillotine of my own. But he did a good job of keeping his head up and didn't allow me to kind of grab onto his neck there. So he kind of did the same thing I did right there. So that's more like a wrestler's type of move. I'm kind of hanging on his head right there, and he just kind of shucked me, boom, and just pivoted around to my back. And as soon as I felt him on my back, I immediately grabbed for the Kimura, kind of sat through and finished the Kimura there. So here I want you to focus on. I'm gonna kind of break it down how I was thinking mentally as we go through it. I might have to rewind it once, but we're gonna start kind of going for trips. So we got the upper body lock over under. I think I have double unders here. He swims through, pummels in, and kind of has an over under, and he's gonna go for an inside trip. And you see, hold up, right here, you see me kind of looking at his leg. I'm looking at his leg because just the fact that his leg is right there just kind of triggered me to I want to go for a ankle pick when I looked at his leg. But as soon as I thought that, I'm gonna stop rewinding and pausing in a second. So I'm looking at his leg thinking ankle pick, and as soon as I think that, he goes for an inside trip. So I went for an inside trip, and I'm still thinking ankle pick. So I kind of combined the two just kind of on the spot. Um, and eventually, once I did the kind of inside trip to the ankle pick, I almost fell into a guillotine. You can rewind it if you need to, but like I said earlier, if you find yourself in a guillotine, you don't want to let them fall to their back and get you in their guard. So I felt once he fell to his back, I kind of just hopped to the other side, and now I'm in like a side control. He's got a good frame on my neck. He's not letting me get too close. And here, that was a little bit of like misdirection. His right hand is kind of coming across my chest, and it's too close to my chest right now for me to grab it. So I'm kind of just like moving my arm around. As soon as I get a chance, I go for that right arm, kind of for kind of like a key lock. You can't really see it, but I'm going for a key lock here. And I don't remember if I finished it or not. Damn, it's getting hot. I don't remember if I finished. I might switch to an arm bar or could go for a twister here, but I know I didn't. I didn't go for it. It's kind of, twister kind of can be set up here. I'm in like a half Nelson, full Nelson type situation. Another thing, when I'm rolling, I'm focused on the roll, obviously, but if we're like obviously out of frame, I try to reset, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna kind of disengage or whatever, and kind of get back in frame. I don't want to interrupt the roll too much with resets because we're going out of frame, but I try to make it so that when I bring it home and edit it, the majority of the matches is in frame. So we standing up again. I get the double unders. He does a good job of keeping his hips back. And just wrist control, trying to get wrist control, maybe 2-on-1. And let's see. I think, yeah, this is when I shoot for that's a terrible double leg. Look at that. It was a double/single attempt or whatever. And my head is low. I dropped the wrong knee, went right into a guillotine. And right here, you'll see my left hand come over his shoulder, and my right hand is on his thigh. So he's really like arching his back, and he actually takes me off my feet. But like I said, I'm pretty comfortable there. I haven't been finished that way yet. My right hand is on his thigh, and then my other hand, opposite of the choke, is over his back. And I'm just anticipating and waiting for the person to kind of drop to their back to finish from the guard. And again, once they do, make sure you fall to the opposite side that your head is on. And you should be okay. Should be. Sometimes you got people, you'll be on the opposite side. And if they're, strong enough, got a deep enough grip on you, they maybe can finish you with that, but it's not likely, but it's possible. So it looks like that was the end of the round there. So this one is a little bit different. The fact that we started standing, his reactions were a little bit different than I expected, and I think that comes from like the MMA training. Like I said, most people, once you start going for that takedown, especially in open mat, maybe competition is a little bit different, but once you start going for that takedown and they're kind of feeling themselves getting defeated, they'll just kind of accept the takedown and start playing from guard for the most part. But he immediately posted out with his hand and tried to get back up. That was a little bit different for me. I wasn't really expecting that, so that's something that I'll kind of keep in mind, not just with just training with him, but like in general, kind of expect that type of reaction sometimes. So again, I don't want to keep rambling anymore. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching.